Hello, 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 my beloved souls. It's Wolf Wednesday, and how are we doing? How's everybody feeling after that freaking super intense full moon yesterday, right? If you got to see the lunar eclipse, that's awesome. I saw pictures of the moon in so many different places. It just looks so gorgeous, right? That blood beaver moon, full moon, lunar eclipse, and Taurus energy just really got things going. Amplifying a lot of people's energies, right? Especially as far as like the egoic mind is going, right? So, full moons, people tend to be a little bit crazy in general, right? And so yesterday was no different. So people that are frantic were even more frantic, right? People that are arrogant were even more arrogant. People that are kind of like soft were even softer. It was like whatever like your thing is, it was like times 20 yesterday, right? So I know for many of us, sorry, I just ran in the house. My daughter had her first freaking ukulele performance. It was so amazing. So I'm still kind of like sweating and stuff, but I wanted to make sure I got this video out to you because I love you guys so much. Um, but full moons can make people a little bit crazy, right? And then with all those energies going on and us being in eclipse season, it's like heightened, 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 heightened. So I hope that you did a dope full moon ritual, that you were able to kind of really release any energies and tensions that weren't serving you. If you haven't seen it already, I've been doing a $50 special for a lunar eclipse full moon reading. So if you want to book one of those, you can do so on my website, theenlighteneddaughter.com. But really just fun times, great times. I know. Oh, also, thank you to everybody who's been reaching out, whether it's here on YouTube and commenting, or if you're like DMing me on Facebook or Instagram, or just emailing me at theenlighteneddaughter@gmail.com. Like, I just love to hear from you guys. I love to connect with you guys. I love to share energies with you guys and just like pour into you and have you pour into me. I know a lot of kind of heavier, denser energies have been coming up, right, for us to transmute. So, things are just coming to the surface that don't necessarily feel good, but there's a reason for it, right? We want to have an awareness of what's going on. We want to have an awareness of our triggers. We want to have an awareness of the areas of our life that haven't healed yet so that we can use self-realization, self-knowledge, and self-love to really heal those things and to be able to move forward in a really empowered way, right? So taking back our sovereignty, like allowing our lights to shine even brighter. And I know that can be challenging at times, especially in this like fake ass 3D world where people are being very superficial, right? And so it's like you're being guided to kind of like be the bigger person, right? And to like stand your ground and to live in integrity. And then you're like watching all this like shit going on around you and you're like, what in the like what is really happening right now? And if you're here, right, you're here on Woke Wednesday, that means you're probably like a light worker, a way shower, a crystal, indigo, shaman, witch, shamanka, like healer, however you just, twin flame, right, divine masculine, divine feminine, however you're like incarnating at this time, you're part of the ones that are a little bit awakened. So you're probably seeing the stuff that nobody else is seeing, and it looks like the world is going to shit. And it's not, right? It's just that, like we say before, like if you want to clean your house, first you got to see the dirt, right? And so we're being shown the dirt, we're being shown the darkness, we're being shown um, the stagnations, we're being shown the fears, the angst, anxieties, right? So again, with Mars being retrograde at this time, we're gonna see sexism, racism, um, financial inequalities all kind of being amplified at this time right now, and there's a reason for it, right? It's like we're being shown the stuff so that we can do something about it, not so that we can stick with the tried and true, where some people have a lot less than others, or some people are feeling disempowered or being told that they're less than, like we're moving out of that age. And that was really the Piscean age, right? And we're moving into the age of Aquarius, but that energy is still fighting. That energy still wants to kind of stick around, the energy where it's like crab in a barrel mentality, or all men for themselves, or like you got to kind of shit on somebody in order to be on top. Like we're moving away from that age. Aquarius is a sign of community and oneness and higher consciousness, right? So they're about the big picture and kind of like all inclusive. And so that Piscean age, which was very dark and kind of self-absorbed and selfish and like me is still fighting for that, right? It's still fighting for that egoic kind of stance, and it's getting tossed to the wayside, right? Like so many of us have jumped timelines, and really, if you're in this space right now, you probably jumped a timeline, and so you're kind of just like seeing the old energy kind of still playing out within maybe your communities or in the world at large, maybe within your tribe. um when I went into the meditation for you guys to kind of connect, the birds around me just started going crazy, like crazy, crazy, crazy. They were just like yelling, singing, screaming, yelling, singing, and I'm like, what is happening right now? So you might be getting messages through your little bird friends, right? But birds are messengers, so really expect to start hearing things in a much different way. Sound might be different for you. Songs might be different for you. Maybe you're being guided to use your voice and speak your song, right? Stand in your ground and speak your truth and yell it from the freaking rooftops, right? Until maybe like your voice is shaking or you go freaking speechless, however that might resonate with you. Maybe you started seeing a certain like kind of bird all the time. I know whenever like more blessings are coming into my life, I'll start to see like cardinals, right? I'm always getting followed by like my crow and raven friends, and I love them so much because they're very magical and mystical to me, right? And they connect me with the other side of the realm deeply. So I always love when they show up. I saw an amazing falcon yesterday when I was on my way to go pick my son up from school, right? And I was just like so happy. So pay attention to the signs, the synchronicities, to the animals coming into your life, the insects coming into your life, the repeating number signs, like whatever it may be. These are signs and symbols for you to tap in, because this is your higher consciousness. This is the divine, your angelic team, your ancestors, really trying to connect with you through these beings. Okay. Sorry. So anyway, um, so there's just a lot going on, and the energies can be a little intense at times. So definitely hydrate, right? Get some rest. Full moons can either like wipe you out or like get you on like high alert, right? So yesterday I was a little tired, like at the end of the night I was like doing my rituals and going through like the whole thing, and then today I woke up and it was like super charged, super energized. The sun's freaking shining bright over here. It's like a delicious day. Like I said, I just got to see my daughter's ukulele performance, which is so freaking amazing. They did such a great job. So really high vibrational energies going on within my realm, and I had a big clearing out last night. Big clearing out, big releasing, big healing. Wrote some stuff out that I needed to just let go. That's really been weighing heavily on my heart. Burned it, gave it to the Most High, prayed on it, pulled some cards, did the whole like thing, and I was really like, I just don't want this burden in my realm, in my energy, in my field, in my mind anymore. Like I'm really just trying to let it go. Like, help me to release this energy. Like, what else can I do? And if I don't need to do anything, then just help to ease my mind from it, right? Help to ease my heart from it, so that even if like, so that I can just move forward. So I feel like that is because I was picking up on so many energies last night from the collective. Um, a lot of sadness, a lot of grief, a lot of holding on to the past and the familiar and the comfortable, right? The fear of moving forward, the fear of taking a chance on yourself, right? Like that's a lot of the energy that's going on right now. So if you're at a space where maybe you're at a job where you're kind of comfortable but you're not happy, right? It might be time to kind of move forward, set up that interview and go for it. It doesn't mean that you have to leave your job, but it doesn't hurt for you to kind of like update your resume or go for that interview. If you live someplace and you don't like where you're living, right? It doesn't hurt for you to start looking at other places and seeing if maybe you want to end up somewhere else, right? Just plant the seed and put it out there, right? It's like your action step, even if it's not going to be that very action, right? Like again, you go on an interview, and maybe when you go on an interview, you feel like that's not the job for you. That's not the issue. The thing is that you just show the universe, hey, I'm trying to do something new, bring me more opportunities, let me see what is going to feel good. And when you see what you don't want, then you know what you do want, right? So you start just moving through these energies, and then when we take one step towards God, he takes 10 steps towards us, right? So you're just showing the universe, like, hey, I'm trying, I'm doing something. And they're like, cool, bust it, boom, great. She's on it. He's on it. Let's help them out. Let's amplify the energies, right? And like, I'm big on letting the angels and guides like support me. You know what I mean? Because like I said, one step, I'm making one step and they're making 10. So why wouldn't I want that type of support, right? Why wouldn't I want that amplified energy helping me out? And also, big picture wise, because we all don't perceive our own best interest, I know that they have a much broader perspective of what it is that I need and where I need to go. So I know that I'm never going to be guided or misguided by my team of light, right? I know that if I'm taking a step and if I get off the wrong path, guess what? I'm going to be guided to get back on path, right? It's like little barriers will be built, and it's kind of like you get put in this bubble and say, no, go this way, right? We constantly get course corrected on this, in this realm, which is fucking super dope, super, super dope. So, a lot of intense energies. We're moving into the 1111 portal, which I'm going to do a live on the 10th on Instagram and Facebook. I'll go live around 12 noon Eastern time. So I'm going to talk about the 1111 portal there. Or you can just catch the replay here on YouTube, whatever is easier for you. But there's a lot of really big energies. And because we just had this beautiful eclipse, because we're moving to 1111 portal, you're going to start to see things really changing out in the next coming weeks and as we're ending this year. November is an 8 universal month, and 8 is the number of infinity and abundance and like continuity. So expect to receive more abundance in your realm, right? Expect to have more opportunities coming in. Because Mars is retrograde and retrogrades are a receptive energy, expect to start seeing some of the things that you planted manifested, especially in the areas of love, finance, and kind of like creativity and gratitude, like beauty and gratitude, start to become manifest in the next few weeks. So, really big changes. Just be mindful of your tempers. Be mindful of the fact that everyone's kind of a little bit on edge right now. Get rest when you can, and definitely hydrate. Okay. Thank you, angels. Thank you guys for being here with me and the Woo Woo crew. What do we need to know? What do we need to see in regards to this full moon and the upcoming 11/11 portal? All right, bottom of the deck. Don't dim to fit in. Hell no. How are you dimming your light in order to fit in? You're a luminous being, right? You're sovereign. Like, it's not meant for you to play things small. It's just not, right? Like, you're grand, you're great, and you might be kind of toning it down, right, within this little, like, physical vessel, right? Our little meat suits, but our aura extends out about 6 feet in every direction. So just imagine that, right? It's like 6 feet around you in every single direction is still you. That's how powerful and magnetic you are, right? So there's no turning that light down. No, you want to shine it all the way bright. You want to be as brilliant and bright as the sun. You walk into a room and you change the game. You're not afraid of the dark anymore because you know that the light is within you. So if you've been having to play small, if you've been feeling like you want to tone it down because people are not understanding you or receiving your energy, that's not your problem, right? Their lack of receptivity, their lack of awareness, their lack of self-awareness, really, and self-realization, that's not your issue. Your thing is to keep shining bright, doing the damn thing, being the best version you can be, and that creates a pathway, a guiding light for others. If you're here, right, you're part of the woo woo crew, right? You're a light worker, you're a way shower, you're you create the paths, right? Like it's like you're the pioneers, the energetic pioneers, right? So you go forward first and you create the freaking footsteps in the sand, right? It's like you got the machete and you're chopping down and making a pathway in the middle of this freaking intense jungle, and then others know, oh hey, this is safe passage. Oh hey, I can go here. Right? They're following you. They're skipping the rocks. They're following your footsteps. They know now that they can go this way. Doesn't mean that they will, but they know someone has already done it, and that it can also, and just because someone's already done it, guess what, now they see that they also can do it, right? It's like the people that do like the 1 minute mile, right? And everybody's like, oh, it can't be done, it can't be done, it can't be done, and then one person did it and then all of a sudden everybody's doing it, right? It's because it's like the activation was like you let go of the fear, you let go of the limitation, and now you've shown people. So that's what you guys are here doing, you're showing people. So there are going to be many people in your life that you're not going to be in alignment with anymore. There are going to be many people in your life that are going to be leaving. And I'm not just talking about those that are crossing over to the next part of the realm, although a lot of people do cross over at this time. I'm talking about just like, your friends and family, your community. There are going to be people that are just, you guys are just not going to be on the same page anymore, right? And it's because you're embarking on this adventure, right? This delicious spiritual adventure of awakening and higher consciousness and like deeper understandings, and they just don't get it or they don't want to because it's safer to kind of stay stagnant, stuck where they're at, right? Like ignorance really is bliss for those that are ignorant. It's not bliss for those of you that are awakened and aware, right? It drives you freaking crazy because you're just like, oh, you kind of want to like shake people and be like, how do you not get this? How do you not see this? But you're jumping timelines, right? You're elevating, you're ascending, you're evolving, you're growing at a much rapid rate than a lot of others around you, right? Like those that are awakened are kind of like on the expressways right now of this kind of like of this higher consciousness and like evolution, right? And ascension. And so it's not the easiest path to always be on, but it's really dope. And if you kind of like step into it and, you know, really flow with it and just allow yourself to be led, like you're going to be led to some really amazing places. I've had some dope and deep spiritual gifts become activated in recent weeks. And I mean, like amazing stuff that like I just wasn't aware of. It's like, you know, you think like, oh, like that might be one thing. It went from me having like from just being kind of like clairsentient and then kind of like claircognizant to it's like clairsentient, claircognizant, clairtangent, clairaudient, clear what do you call the one when you taste that there's all these different clairs, right? But it's like every single one is like being activated now, right? It's like I'm seeing, tasting, hearing, feeling, doing all these things. It's like it's electric and it's magnetic and it can be overwhelming sometimes, right? It's like sensory overload, but it's also really powerful and beautiful because I'm like, that's so dope. Now I get to share even more gifts with the collective. Now I get to help even more people. Like that's how I look at it, right? So you have to take it, embody it, right? Like have a minute, sit with these energies, and then move forward from it and see where they'll lead you. And that's what's happening with many of you. It's like you're being led down these different pathways of higher learning and understanding and activations and awarenesses, and your gifts are being honed, and you're starting to see things and feel things and understandings, and you're being led to different teachings and frequencies and healings and people that are just going to be in alignment with everything that you are, right? And that's not a bad thing. Again, some of the people that you've known your whole life are not going to come with you, right? And that's not on you, right? It doesn't mean that you guys won't be in alignment at a later date. It just means right now, maybe you're over here and they're over here, and you just, you know, you're in the master's program, you know, and that's fine. And maybe when you get there, that's where you want to stay. And that might give this person time to catch up, or maybe they don't want to catch up. Maybe they'll bypass you, right? And they'll go to the next program. It doesn't really, there's no right or wrong way in spiritual truth. This is all about your soul path, your soul mission, what you incarnated to do, and how you're going to show forward in this world, right? How you're going to express these beautiful gifts. Amazing, right? All of that from one card. 20 minutes later. The age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes. Yeah, you have. And it can be pretty exhausting, right? It can be pretty exhausting when you have all this awareness, all this knowledge, all this understanding. And it's like, ah, are we still doing this? Are we still talking about this? But yes, right? It's like the teacher in front of the classroom. They're repeating themselves over and over and over again. But it's like, guess what? Some people in the class didn't get it, right? It's like, how can you teach the same subject every year? Because every year you get new students. Every year you get new students. Every year you have something. Every year there's a whole group of people that just don't understand, right? Like I know my messages aren't for everybody, but I know that the people that connect need to hear it. So I do what I do and I say what I say. There are certain like spiritual teachers that I resonated with at one part of my journey, and there are other teachers that I resonate with on a different part of my journey, right? The messages, their message doesn't necessarily change, but my understanding, my comprehension, my evolution has changed, right? And so maybe I need someone who's going to go a little bit deeper. Maybe I need someone who's more focused on that one area of spirituality, right? Or consciousness or whatever it is that I'm working on at the time, right? So you've been doing this and doing this and doing this, but because you've been doing this and doing this and doing this, you have a whole freaking like chest of really dope gifts lying within you, right? Just dormant within you. And so you get to kind of activate all of that stuff in this lifetime, right? So there's a reason that you're a really dope cook. There's a reason that you're an amazing singer. There's a reason why you're an amazing writer. There's a reason why, you know, your photography is on point. There's a reason why you can write songs in like 5 minutes that takes people like, you know, 50 hours to do. You know what I mean? It's because you've been doing this lifetime after lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. And so you came in this lifetime to do all of that stuff, plus learn some new stuff and kind of meld it all together. So whatever those gifts are, those talents, those skills, those beautiful awarenesses that you have, really follow through with them, right? Go through with them. There's a reason that you're activated in this way, and see how you can allow that to just breathe forward into you and allow you to just do something deeper, grander, wonderful. 11:11 on the clock here. I love it. Leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Like I said, you take one step forward, God will take 10 steps towards you. Look at that freaking full moon behind her, right? And so you just want to just take the step, right? Good, bad, or indifferent, whether it lands or it doesn't, you're doing something, right? You're doing something. At least you're doing something. Do something. It doesn't, you're not going to, first of all, you're not going to know everything, but do something. Even one small inspired action step is better than doing nothing. Have the conversation, plant the seed, pick up the phone, listen to the video, download the course, take the class, whatever you need to do. Go for the freaking interview, update your freaking resume, whatever you feel you need to do the thing, right? Do the thing. Just put it out there and let's see what happens. And let's see what happens because I feel so many of your energies right now that you guys are just like this close, right? It's like this close to whatever that next major step is, and then but you're stopping yourself, right? It's like that fear keeps stopping you, and I get that, right? And so we want to release those fears right now with the help of this beautiful full moon, right? We want to really take a look and be like, you know what, I am worthy, I am deserving. I know what I know, what I know, and I may not know on like an intellectual sense, but I know what I feel within my body, I know what I feel within my spirit. I'm just going to go forward. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, the papers that you have and certificates and degrees and all that stuff, that's good for some things and for some people, but it doesn't have to mean that that's your path. At the end of the day, God qualifies you, so go for the thing, have the conversation, shoot your shot, you know what I mean, and see what happens, and don't overthink it, right? Don't overthink it. Like I said, God qualifies you. You'd be surprised how many blessings are ready for you, how many miracles are available to you just because you put it out there and you were put in front of the right person at the right time with the right conversations. Okay? Beautiful. Gosh, you're being divinely guided. Mhm. Oh, I'm sorry, your guidance is divinely guided. Sorry, your guidance is divinely guided. So, one, you're being divinely guided, and two, the guidance that you're receiving, those downloads that you're receiving are from the Most High, right? It's from your angelic realm, the ancestors, the ascendant masters. Like, those are who you're being guided by. So, don't talk yourself out of these downloads. You get the I'm sure you guys are sick of my Starbucks reference, but it's the same thing. It's like you're sitting there, you prayed, you put your request out to the Most High. You're saying, you're giving a prayer of gratitude because we serve a God of completion. And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I should go to Starbucks. And then in your mind, you're like, why the fuck would I go to Starbucks? I don't even drink coffee, right? But that is your guidance being like, go to Starbucks. You don't know who you're going to see, what you're going to hear, what you're going to run into. It could just be a song that you hear on the radio while you're in your car that you needed to hear, or an ad, or you run into somebody, or you see something on a back road, or you never know why, like, so instead of overthinking it, follow it, right? Trust in your higher being, the one that has the big picture perception, right? The one that has your best interest at heart at all times, is always leading you down the road of least resistance. Trust in the guidance that you're receiving because it's leading you, right? It's leading you up into your ascension. It's leading you towards the light. It's leading you to your higher purpose, to your greatest and highest timeline, right? For your greater good. It's beautiful. Transformation. Amazing. Things are changing at a cellular level. Yeah, they are. Deep healing. Again, rest and hydrate. You really need to give your body a chance to embody all of the light codes, all of the downloads, all of the upgrades that are going on. For some of you, this is going to be super activating. This is going to be a super activating time. Super activating. You're going to feel like a freaking like an antenna. You know what I mean? It's like your hair is like just picking up everything, right? Like you're just picking up all the things. I know that can be a little overwhelming for me sometimes. So it's like when I go shopping, if I'm in stores, like I have to be there first thing when they open early in the morning because by midday it's just too much. I'm picking up way too much shit and it makes me irritable and I want to kind of like punch everybody in the face. And that's not a healthy space to be in, right? That's not serving me. That's not serving them. That's not serving the people I'm around. So just be mindful of the fact that all of that stuff is going on. And again, really, really hydrate. You want to hydrate your cells so that they can kind of embody all of this. If you can, put some pink Himalayan salt in your water. That'll help That'll really help them to get into your cellular structure. If you have like calcite, right, that stone, I know people are like, oh, don't put it in water. You want to put it in water because with a little bit of water, like leaving the water overnight and then drink the water in the morning, again, it's just going to help you embody those light codes a little bit easier, and really kind of like get them grounded within your system. And then, oh, we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. That's so beautiful. So again, you've been doing this for lifetimes, right? And that's what you're here to do. You're creating, you're putting it out there, right? You're a part of the big divine plan. You're seeding your light in all these different areas, like the Starbucks reference, right? Maybe you go to Starbucks and maybe there's nothing activated for you necessarily, but your light was needed at that time in that area, right? Somebody needed you to come through and kind of be the transmitter of this beautiful light or transmute that energy. You never know where you never know, right? Like what it's for. So you just trust the path, right? I love this. I love this. The fact that she came in. Ascendant Masters here supporting you. And you're already doing it. Stop overthinking. Keep facing your true north, right? I feel like that's a message not just for y'all, but for me as well. It's like sometimes I'm like, all right, so what next? What do I need to do? Like, what's the game plan? Like, show me the next step. And sometimes it's like just trusting and knowing that, like, you're already doing the work, right? You're already doing the work that you're incarnated to do. You're already doing the work that you signed up for. You're already on your path. And all you just need to be reminded of is just don't give up. Just keep going, right? Just keep following your path, following these methods, just trusting in the process, right? Again, divine plan, right? Just trust the process. No need to overthink it. Know that you're doing what needs to be done. Okay. I'm gonna pull from the Gateway Oracle as well as Earth Magic today because, again, beautiful portals, super intense full moon eclipse season, and I just know that there's more messages here for us. So thank you, angels. Thank you, guys, for being here with me in the Woo Woo Crew. What are the way showers and light workers need to know on this day? Amazing. Of course, bottom of the deck, opening to love. My heart is open. Big heart chakra activations going on. I've been feeling that a lot when I've been connecting with clients, right? It's one of the reasons that I always kind of keep a green stone on me. Big heart chakra activations, right? So that tightness you might be feeling in your chest, a lot of you are just being really cracked open, right? To not only um love more, right? But to receive love. And I know that that can be a challenge for us as like light workers and way showers, right? We're so used to giving love, giving love, giving love that it can be hard sometimes to receive. So right now you're being cracked open to receive love and to also remember the unconditional love that the Most High has for you, right? Like you are unconditionally loved always and always. Right? God is always pouring that love into you. It's just sometimes we don't think we deserve it, or we doubt ourselves, or we question things, right? When we don't need to. Once again with the seeds, right? We're planting seeds. Seeds of grace are being planted in the fertile soil of my soul. This is what you're doing. And this is what's being done for you as well, right? And so you're out there as a light worker, planting your seeds, doing your thing, shining your light, standing in your sovereignty, just living your truth, right? And then you have all these blessings of grace coming in that are planting seeds behind you, right? So imagine like you're walking through like a field, right? And like somebody has gone before you with like a hoe and like kind of cleared up the dirt, and then you're coming back with your bag of seeds and you're throwing seeds, but meanwhile there's someone behind you throwing seeds on your behalf as well. Again, it's like we do the one thing and then we got the angels and ancestors and our whole team of light doing so much more behind us that sometimes we're not even aware of, right? You may not even realize that you got a whole team of beautiful angelic beings behind you really supporting you. So just keep moving forward and planting those seeds, right? Don't give up on your path or your journey. Don't be afraid to pray big prayers, right? And I mean, I'm talking about asking God for everything, everything, just the whole shit, right? Like, I want this and I want that and I want that. It's like a kid on Christmas, like, give them your whole list and then just do what you do. It's like, okay, fantastic. It's like a kid. They ask you for something, and then you're like, oh, okay. And they just go about their business because they're just like, mommy will figure it out. Daddy will figure it out. Like, I said what I needed, and they're going to figure it out. They're not thinking about how it's going to be figured out. They're not thinking about the when. They're not checking your checking account. They're not checking your schedule. They said what they said. They need what they need, and you got to figure it out. Same thing. Same thing with our mother, father, God. Same shit. Just, here you go, daddy. I need a new house. I know you're gonna figure it out. I'm gonna go get some tea. Heading to Starbucks. Dwelling in truth. I stand in the light of truth. Beautiful. Standing in your light, standing in your sovereignty. Again, with this integrity that you have, right? It's like you have nothing to prove. You know the truth. You feel truth resonates at a very deep level. Like you feel the truth. Just like you can feel a lot. Just like when you walk into a room, you can feel when there's low vibrational energies, and you know when you sense something and you're around somebody and you're just like they're so full of it. It's the same thing, right? And so you have not only the truth of who you are as you're standing in integrity, but these deeper truths and awarenesses being activated within you. So again, like I feel like a lot of you are just going to be going down these rabbit holes, right? Maybe you're taking like a class and studying the Bible, right? And you're just kind of like really getting deep into like the text of it, or you're being activated with like the ancient teachers of Atlantis or ancient Egypt, or you've been working with Thoth and the Emerald Tablets, right? Or, like reading like A Course in Miracles. Like there's all these beautiful teachings that are there for you, right? I love reading like I'll read the Bible and I'll read A Course in Miracles and I'll read the freaking Emerald Tablets and I'm reading Wayne Dyer and I'm reading Louise Hay. Like I love to read and just get all this knowledge and awareness and understandings because all these different teachers have all these different viewpoints and give us all these different awarenesses and understandings of what's going on within our physical realm, going on within our spiritual realm, our mental realm, our emotional realms. Okay, so really just tapping into those energies. And you see how her eyes are closed? And look, it looks like the third eye is kind of lit up there. I don't know if you guys can see that like I do, but her eyes are closed. So it's like you're in meditation and allowing yourself to see through your third eye, right? And just getting that deeper truth and understanding. It's like your visions are going to become a little bit clearer, right? So maybe you're becoming more clairvoyant, you know? Your dreams. I just feel like some of you are just really envisioning more. Maybe you want to create a vision board, and that'll be something cool for you to do, right? As you're on this path of manifestations, right? Like tap into that. Starting fresh. Yes, a wonderful new beginning is blossoming in my life. Really embrace that, right? Understand once again the things, the people, the stuff that's being shifted out of your life right now. It's not as like a punishment, it's not a judgment, it's not criticism. It's because you got to like get rid of some of the old stuff to make room for the new stuff, right? So it's like you're about to go shopping, right? It's like, oh, I need to go like on a shopping trip. I need all these new clothes. Cool. Let me go in my closet and my drawers first and get rid of the shit that doesn't fit. Get rid of the stuff that's old that I'm not wearing anymore, so I can make room for the new. Same thing. That's all we're doing. We're just making room for the new. We're making room for our blessings, making room for our miracles. We're making room for more grace. Okay? Oh, oh my gosh. Awakening ancient wisdom. I keep saying that, right? Deep inner knowing is emerging within me. Guys, don't overthink this process. And don't think that you need external validation for the things that you know at a soul level. You're going to feel things and have an awareness of things that may not have been spoken about yet, or you may not have like an intellectual like connection with, and you don't need to. When I tell you 90% of the shit that I do and know and understand did not come from some freaking book. It just came from like me being in meditation and connecting with my higher self and just trusting the downloads that I get. And then maybe later on I'll hear it confirmed through another reader or confirmed through, a book or the Ascended Masters or just having a conversation with someone and just having an awareness. So you don't need to overthink this process. Understand that this is all coming for you. 3333 I just saw. So the Ascended Masters are here with you as well. Um, so this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding that's coming to and through you is because that's how it needs to happen, right? And so you don't need to overthink it. Just get a journal, start journaling shit out, just start tapping into it, right? Just start understanding. If you're not clear about the messages that you're getting, ask for clarity from your team of light, right? Ask for clarity from the divine. Um, Maybe get confirmations, right? My girlfriend just reminded me how sometimes I tell people often like ask for a sign, right? So if the path is very clearly like, hey Lord, like I should definitely be doing this thing, like show me a freaking dolphin. Cool. And if this is not the path and I should be doing this other thing, then cool. Like show me a freaking, red butterfly. But like show it to me at least 3 times very clearly so that there's no misunderstanding. and then just go about your day and allow the universe to show it, because the messages are going to show up, the signs are going to show up, the synchronicity is going to show up. It's a matter of whether or not you're tapped in, tuned in, turned on, and paying attention, right? As Abraham Hicks says. Mending bridges. I heal rifts. I am a mender. Beautiful. So a lot of healing going on right now. We've been clearing out a lot of karmic debts and energy and relationships. So for some of you, especially for like those of you that are twin flames, some of you are just getting rid of karmic partners, soul teachers. They gotta go, right? These people are leaving our lives. Um, so some of you are in separation or dissolve those relationships for a reason. Now, there's two things that are happening. Either they're being completely dissolved, and these people are completely being removed from your awareness, your existence, out of your life, ashes to ashes, dust to dust, all that stuff. Or you guys are gonna come back together stronger, firmer, more solidified than ever before, and it's going to be almost like you're inseparable, right? Almost like the one. So I really see this as like a masculine and feminine energy coming back, and not only the external versions, but also this is you mending the energies within yourself, right? We started off the year with Venus retrograde really healing the divine feminine energy. And now we're ending the year with Mars retrograde and we're healing the divine masculine energy. And so all of that stuff is being brought up so that we can heal and balance the masculine and the feminine within ourselves. It's powerful. All right. And look, hearing messages from spirit. Like I said, the birds were going freaking nuts when I got here to connect with you guys. I am a clear channel for messages from spirit. Yes, you are. Right? I'm special and unique in my own way, but I'm not special that I'm the only one that can channel messages from the divine, right? I'm not special in that I'm the only one that receives messages. I just choose to pay attention and tap into it to make this my conscious awareness every day, right? Like I choose to live my life through my soul as opposed to through my egoic mind, right? The mind is a servant of the soul, not vice versa. You all have the same capabilities, right? If you want to tap into your higher self, do so. There's not all these tried and true methods, and you need to, light this candle, do this dance, do it on this day, say this certain thing. You don't need to do all the extra shit, right? There are certain ways that could kind of get you in the mode and kind of get you in a realm that can be kind of ritualistic that will kind of help hone your energies. But at any given moment, like I said, the divine is always connecting to us and always pouring into us. It's a matter of us just tuning into those energies, right? Like a radio, right? You just got to kind of tune in, and so you got to get a clear station and whatever that means to you. So figure out a way that you're going to be receiving your messages, or just ask, like if you want to do it through automatic writing, if you want to do it through candle work, if you want to use freaking cards and do divination, maybe you just want to know if like your ancestors are around, like sometimes you just light a candle and connect with one of your ancestors is fine. You don't have to, there's no tried and true method. Yes, I can give you a whole bunch of different techniques to tap into the thing, but at the end of the day, you're already hearing these messages, which is probably why you're here. Okay? I'm just here confirming what you already know. That you're super dope and amazing. Thank you, Gaia, for being here with me and the Woo Woo crew. What do we need to know about this full moon and the 1111 portal that we're heading into? What do we need to know? What do we need to see? Oh my gosh. Okay. Like, where do I start? All right, guys. So much. I'm going to start here because, wow. Ancient healing wisdom. Once again, deep knowledge, wisdom, and understanding being activated within you guys. Some of you are shamans or have been in past lives, right? And you're just really connecting with that energy. So, maybe you want to look deeper and working with the shamanisms, or just start reading about them, understanding like what they're doing. I feel like some of you have just been shamans in past lives, and so that knowledge, that healing, that wisdom is just being activated for you at this time, right? Maybe you've been wanting to go to like some of the Native American sites, or not just Native American, but like like native sites around the different parts of the world. Or you're just tapping into kind of like those really spiritual and sanctuaries and sites, right? There's just so much here for you. Um, Especially because we just had, Halloween and Samhain, right? Like really, the veil is still pretty thin, right? And we're moving into these different portals, so there's just so much here from you from like the ancient, your ancestors and like the ancients just coming online and just really just pouring into you at this time. There's so much here there. Mars retrograde is kind of like a Mercury retrograde, which is why I can't freaking talk to save my life. So excuse me for freaking tripping over my words this whole reading. Mountain strength. You're stronger than you think you are, right? And not only are you strong, but your energy, your activations, and your manifestations are strong. So, as powerful as it is that you can build and be as strong as a mountain, you're also so powerful that you can destroy one. So, really focus your energies, really hone in on on your own inner strength and power, right? And just know like who and whose you are, right? Again, like with faith as small as a mustard seed, you can literally break down a mountain in front of you. That's how strong and powerful you are, right? So you get to stand here in your power and your sovereignty and your luminosity and just know, like, hey, I'm a sovereign being and nothing can touch me. The mountains stand strong, right? All the different types of weathers, all the different types of the beings that are on and off the mountain. At the end of the day, the mountain is still standing, right? That is you. It doesn't matter what life is throwing at you. It doesn't matter what the weathers are. It doesn't matter the storms. It doesn't matter the people that come and go. You don't change because you're solid, right? So don't forget to be really grounded during this time as well. Wind with activation. I don't know if you guys could hear the wind that picked up around here, right? But you're really being activated at this time. And look how powerful this wind is. It's blowing away the bullshit, right? So we're blowing away the things that are no longer serving our highest and greatest good so that we can be on our highest and greatest timeline. Beautiful. Deep activation. You hear that? Deep activations being thrown in. Thank you, wind energy. I love you. And then we have dragonfly with emergence, right? You're coming into a whole new part of yourself, right? It's like you're emerging from the waters and out into the sky, into the sun, and you're going to let your wings show. So don't be afraid to let yourself be seen, right? And again, a lot of these activations, you're not going to be the same person 3 to 6 months from now that you are right now. Your life is going to look very, very different. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a gift that's being given to you, right? You're coming out of the cave, right? Well, we got to go within sometimes, right? Be one with ourselves, meditate, ground, heal, do what we need to do. But it's time for you to start coming out of this cave. Your life is about to look very different, right? The cave can be a little dark, and then you step out into the sunlight. That is who you are. And don't forget to breathe, right? Some of you need to get out into nature, right? Connect with the trees, connect with the waters of this earth, right? This guy, again, with these messages. I'm in the northern hemisphere and it's autumn. Shout out to me in this time of year. So the leaves literally look like this, right? It's gorgeous. One of my favorite times of year. So get outside, breathe, connect with nature, do some earthing, right? Get your bare feet on the ground. You really want to connect with that energy and just allow yourself to just relax, right? And trust the process. Some of you just really just need to take a deep breath and to allow that energy to just flow off of you and not hold it so tightly within your body, right? Like stop overthinking things. Okay? Stop overthinking things. Woo, tsunami with the wake up call coming in. Look at that beautiful moon coming in, right? And this wake up call that's happening is not like it's like a tower moment, but not in the sense where things are gonna be like horrific, right? It's like a tower moment where it's like, oh my God, something like I just found out I'm pregnant, or I just got that freaking new job and I'm moving like to another part of the world, or like I just won the lotto. It's like one of those things, right? And it's gonna like activate and wake you up and shake shit up in your life, but in a really positive way. So this is beautiful. And again, with that water energy, deep water, tsunamis coming and wash away all the shit that's not solid, that can't be stuck down, that's just not in a strong foundation. So anything being washed away, anything being blown away at this time, it's why it's for your highest and greatest good. It doesn't need to be there. And then summer solstice, radiance. I love this. So I'm in the northern hemisphere, which is the autumn, and in the southern hemisphere, you're in the springtime, right? So for those of you in the southern hemisphere, this summer energy is going to be super activating for you as you're moving. So again, in the next few months, your life is really going to change. For those of you in the northern hemisphere, I just feel like you're going to be shining a little bit more vibrantly at this time, right? Like really just shining your light in a magnificent space. And some of the things that you started kind of like manifesting, and the seeds that you planted in the summertime are going to start to take root, and you're going to start to see those things starting to manifest now during these next couple of months. Okay. And then last but not least, we got Gaia coming in with the beautiful fairies and some earth magic, right? So remember the magic of this universe, right? Start connecting with nature, maybe connect with the fairies, right? Like the fairies are so fun. They can be a little tricky sometimes, but they are a lot of fun, right? But really connecting with Gaia, getting some crystals, getting out into the earth, like earthing, hugging the trees, going for a walk outside, getting in a body of water, weather permitting. If you can't do that, bring nature into your house, right? Get a plant, listen to some shamanic drums on YouTube, like whatever it is that you need to do. Cut on freaking National Geographic, whatever it is that you need to do to remember to do that. But also remember the magic that's in your world, and remember the magic that you create, right? Again, this isn't about like spells and rituals and certain words and things like that. It's remembering that the magic lies within you and that you can create this magic, right? So yes, absolutely reach out to Gaia to support you. Absolutely reach out to your ancestors and the angels to support you in this. But don't forget that all the magic starts within you, because you are the magic, right? You are the light. You are the power. Okay. Get some crystals though. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there because that's so much longer than I want it to be. But I love you so much. I'm exhausted. I love you. God loves you. Angels surround you. And I will see you guys later.